A very warm welcome to all our viewers and welcome to our special coverage and our special edition here on Nile TV International. And today, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inaugurated via video conference a number of new housing projects in the 6th of October city in Giza Governorate, which have been allocated for alternative housing units for residents in unsafe areas. Now, the President during the ceremony stressed to government officials the need to upgrade and provide all basic utilities in the areas of the new projects to better serve the citizens. He also urged government bodies to cooperate in order to reach this goal and create new job opportunities in these new neighborhoods, and of course to encourage the allocation and relocation of people from unsafe areas to the new housing units. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest, Dr. Basant, the economic expert. Dr. Basant, a very good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, madam.
Thank you so much for joining us and for your time,
Thank
Doctor.
Thank you.
Now, today the President inaugurated a number of new housing projects in Greater Cairo, a very important initiative taken by the Egyptian leadership and the government in order to create new homes, housing units for people from unsafe areas to relocate to. Tell us, Doctor, the importance of this initiative by the Egyptian government.
Honestly speaking, this is one of the most, I repeat, the most important projects Mr. President is giving attention to. Mm-hmm. Those people used to live a life not only unacceptable, but humiliating. If you leave the people living like this, what do you expect from them? You expect crimes, you expect, sometimes we used to attack them because the way they behave, it was unacceptable. And the most surprising thing, and that type of standard of living used to be in the middle of very big cities like Cairo. So Mr. President, he wants to build a new country. You want to build a new country, you have to build people. And if you don't give attention to people, you are wasting your time. Because these areas used to develop crimes, you develop instability, social instability, you name it. And then you cannot accept that human beings during these times where the world has moved to the sky and to the moon, and Egypt living, and the Egyptians are living that and that level. So I think this is one of the most important projects Mr. President has started by, which is combating the people living the slums. It will continue, and we have seen all of us today how decent it is. And it's not a matter only of developing buildings. No, he's developing schools, he's developing green areas, children would enjoy life, would be better educated. So it's a long project. And I want to mention something. This has never happened anywhere in the world. Meaning slums exist everywhere in the world, but we have never seen a country which has really started a project like this one.
Yes,
so it's
absolutely.
A very important one. It will build new generations who could really build new Egypt. And I repeat, what had happened was unacceptable, humiliating.
Yes.
And
Doctor,
it was not really something to be seen and we just close our mouths. No, Mr. President tackled it, and he tackled it from all aspects: educators, sportive, decent life, etc.
Absolutely, which leads me to my next question, Dr. Basant. You said it's a multifaceted kind of development. It's not just about providing new homes or housing units, but providing the services that come with new residential areas, as you said, playgrounds, hospitals, schools, etc., as well as providing job opportunities or employment creation opportunities for the people and the residents of the new housing areas. How important is this multifaceted development? It's not just focusing on one specific axis of development, but rather a more comprehensive approach.
This more comprehensive approach is designed to build new economy, not only new countries. The economy is very well diversified. It's not only factories. Economy is all aspects of life. It creates jobs, it changes the standard of living, it creates export, diminish import. It's a big, very big project, and that's why I said it will have its impact on not only the standard of living, it will have its impact on the economic development of Egypt, the cultural development of Egypt, the tourism development of Egypt, and all those aspects will create new jobs. I mean, if we build new cities, the city is a very comprehensive place. It's not only building.
Yes.
So I think it will change totally the standard of living for Egyptians, the standards of economic development, the standards of, how do we say, rating of our economy. So it's a multi-mega project which involves all aspects of life. And I think after we accomplish all this, Egypt will be in another, as we say, standard totally, especially in comparison with all the countries of the region, Africa and the Mediterranean.
Absolutely. Now, during the inauguration, we've seen the head of the Armed Forces Engineering Authority, and Eahmy al-Far, saying that there is alternative housing unit projects for residents of the unsafe areas, which is according to the Comprehensive and Sustainable Development Plan, according to the Egypt Vision 2030. And he spoke about how the Ahalina, or Our People Housing Project, has entered its second phase, which now includes 34 residential blocks in Salem City, east of Cairo, adding that the phase extends over an area of 15 fidans and costs 1.1 billion Egyptian pounds. Let's talk a bit about the financing of these projects and how very expensive they really are, yet they are ongoing. And he explained the authority is still overseeing over 3,200 residential units in Greater Cairo to serve unsafe residents as part of the Ahalina 3 initiative. Now, this is not just in Cairo, but it will be extending to other governorates all around the country. Tell me, Doctor, about the sustainable development approach of the government in this regard.
First of all, we used to live on less than 10%
Yes.
of, this is ridiculous, of our land. I mean, with the 2030 strategy, is hitting to reach 30% by 2030. And again, this is still too little. We can expand further. But if you want to expand further, you need to build infrastructure, you need to build roads, railways, trains. I mean, but this is good because all those projects I have to mention here, that they are financed in Egyptian pounds, they are paid to Egyptian labor, Egyptian engineers, the raw material is Egyptian. It means that the money is turning into Egyptian economy, into circles, get out of the banking system, get into the banking system again, and the stock market, and so on. So it's professionally financed because it's in Egyptian pounds. It does not include international debt, does not increase the international debt. It creates jobs, and as we see, the level of unemployment has decreased, deficit of the budget has decreased, inflation, every ratio witnessing the economy are going in the positive manner. And we will continue until 2030, inshallah, and further. But the most important thing, it is all done in Egyptian pounds, Egyptian labor, Egyptian engineers, Egyptian raw material, within a very professional and comprehensive strategy, 2030, very well followed by Mr. President, minute by minute. You see what I mean? And everybody in the country. So inshallah, the results will be seen very soon, and we will feel the change of standard of living for Egyptians in a very, very, very acceptable manner.
Absolutely. Dr. Basant, as you mentioned, all the benefits of these development projects. Let's talk about the bigger picture. When we have citizens moved from unsafe areas to new residential units, new job opportunities available for them, better health and education facilities, etc. How does this all pour into the overall development and growth of the Egyptian economy as a whole, Doctor?
The young generation, the Egyptians are the ones who are going to build this country. 50% of our people are young people. That must be really trained, developed, and enjoying a proper life so that they can build proper countries. I mean, we are not from the countries who import labor from outside. On the contrary, we can export labor. So 50% of the population are young generation. So when you bring them up properly, they learn how things should be done in a proper manner. They live a decent life. They eat proper food. They have good health care. So we are safe, and we have a very strong backup because those are the people who are going to build our country. And if we say by 2030 we want to reach 30% of our land, no, I mean further down we want to at least reach 50% of our land so that they could be developed. new cities, intelligent cities. We make advanced use of our resources. Egypt is a very country in resources, but they are dispersed over 27 governorates. So the mega project of developing the governorates and the villages, which are reaching, I think, between 5,000 to 500 and 5,500, this is a very large number. And they are all, or most of them, 50% are young. So this is a mega project, and inshallah, I hope all of us will participate in accomplishing that mega project.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Dr. Basant Fahmy, our economic expert. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and your insight, ladies and gentlemen. There's a very short break, and we'll be right